Most people look at the fact you've lost your house, you've lost everything you had. What's the first big thing you buy? A motorcycle. That is just a fun thing to do. Well, that's our life.
I mean, Keegan, how many times have we talked about this in the van, driving? Like, what would it be like to come down here and do something?
Yeah! They got to worry about going fast. I got to worry about paying for the trip, helping my dad, working on my bike, training and making it, and then doing good.
We had to fight and persist through danger and through injury and fatigue, lack of sleep, whatever, everything to get here.
And then my mom called, and she was frantic. And she...
Let's go down to the river to pray.
I ride for Common Saw Bikes, and I'm Junior X, 17 to 18, so it's like I'm not old enough to be pro, but I was supposed to go to Europe this summer, and we decided to come here instead. Moto is just so fun, and again, this is my last year in like the 125C class and the 250C limited class, so we just figured I got a super good chance in the C class to contend for the title, so we're gonna go for it.
And we honestly were kind of joking around in the van one day, traveling somewhere, and said, why don't we try to get some tickets? Let's just get the Admit 1 tickets. And Keegan said, he's like...
And just say we qualified, and then we stepped it up to, it'd be sick to have the ticket and the bib, and just maybe just race for fun.
Went to Redbud, and I didn't even know enough. I signed him up for 6 classes at the regional, and they're like, you can't race 6 classes here. There's only 13 total classes. And so we dropped 2, and the one class he wanted was 125C. Had to go through the LCQ, and he ended up 18-1-1 to get his ticket there, and he got tickets in every other class. So we had 4 right off the bat.
Now we're gonna try to win.
Okay, follow you.
Me and my dad run all around the Bay Area in a work truck with a box on the back, and we fix diesel big rigs that broke down on the side. With diesel mechanics, you're working with your hands all day. You know, you get home, working on your bike is the last thing you want to do. You don't want to be spinning any more wrenches, you know. But I definitely have more respect for the guys that show up with their bikes dirty to the track and like not as fresh. I feel like I have a good thing going from working, and then I think right now I'm taking training more serious than the bike work. It's a different kind of working and training, you know, like they only got to worry, that's their job, you know, they got to worry about going fast. I got to worry about paying for the trip, helping my dad, working on my bike, training, and making it and then doing good. You know, there's so many more factors I feel like I have. I feel like that gives me more confidence too. Like, I work way harder than these kids. Like, in and out of the gym, I guarantee you I work way harder. It sounds kind of weird, but like knowing I work and like all my money goes into riding, it feels so much better that I pay for things. And I wouldn't want to be 18 and without a ride and not working full-time making money. Like, that would just be weird to me if I was at home training and my dad went to work by himself every morning, you know? Like, I'm not like that. I always want to be doing everything I can to make riding easier or possible, you know? Last year, I was gonna do Schoolboy 2 and 250B. Like, those were my main goal classes, and obviously, like, all the top dogs are in those ones. And I felt like, all right, this was my year. I have to get something done. Like, if I don't get it done here, then like, those goes my chances for factory ride. And then I kind of like, with the injury, like, I looked at it more like I have so much time. I don't have to get it done this year, you know? Like, with this race, I could go out, have fun, do terrible, no one would notice. If I do good, everyone would notice, you know? So like, the only way is if I'm gonna, like, it's gonna help not do anything worse, you know? Like, only good can come from this. So if I just have fun with it, be happy, then I think good will come, you know, good results.
Try to stay away from the simple mistakes. Once you step in, you can't step out of where you're going, so.
You going inside for everybody?
Why not? I think you're the baddest dude here. It don't matter where you're gonna go. You know? You said it yesterday. Goggles? No? Stay focused. Breath. Breathe. He's had moto bikes around. You know, locally he raced maybe a half of a season on an 85. And then I would always, you know, we get distracted. We go a different direction. Last summer was the first, we put a summer in of moto in between the downhill stuff, which, you know, unfortunately COVID really set back the bicycle industry last year. So we, you know, we had to do something, and it was moto. But, just kind of local district stuff, and had fun doing it, and just kept it rolling. And then he came up with this idea, this plan, this scheme that we're going to come here and we try to get a ticket to come here, and then one thing leads to another, and we're here. Everybody says you're going to get hooked, and we've had people text from the bicycle side like, "We'll never see you guys again. You've been bitten." But if you're going to do something, we're all in. I mean, that was we decided let's keep this rolling. We sent him back to SSR. He's been there the month leading up to this, and got fresh bike and came down here, in all honesty, with no expectation of a result. Just, we wanted to be here, and like, we're not really designed to come down here and say we're pull in and we're gonna win this thing, or it's not our deal. Winning in motocross isn't what builds character. It's the failures in motocross that I believe build good character. It's how you handle yourself on a bad day. How many kids did I see, their bikes didn't run right in first moto, or they had some, I'll just call it a tragedy in the first moto of, failure mechanically. And for the majority, I saw a lot of good character kids this week handle those situations, and that's what I'm most, I'm trying to build two good children, my daughter and my son Keegan, and it's not how we win, it's how we lose. So that's been a kind of my theory all along, and let's learn the fundamentals, let's ride bicycles, let's do everything on two wheels we can do, and we'll move to moto, and if you like that, we'll keep going. But we didn't take the route of trying to learn how to ride 50s and minis and super mini, and just when the time was right, we knew it.
With the business, it's a mobile diesel mechanic, so business definitely kind of comes and goes. It's never like, you have some weeks that are just so busy and other weeks that are like you barely get any work, and those weeks, if you get a few of those weeks that you barely get any work and then check stop coming in, it's tight. So it's like, before we left, we had a really good day. We actually did an injector and a radiator and like a few services all on the day, all on the same day, and that kind of like definitely saved this trip. If it wasn't for that Friday, that last day, I would have been trying to sell my CR. Like we probably wouldn't be able to make it. My dad was gonna stay and work, and then I was gonna go with someone, just try to figure it out. But I've never ridden without my dad, so that would have been a big, that would have been weird. I do everything I can to help out as much as possible. All my money is going into the bikes. Like, I just spent a lot of money over at KTM getting everything ready. All those 50 kids that are going halfway across the country all by themselves, they're like 8 years old, their dad's like paying for everything. It's like, dude, he's gonna be done riding like when he's 14, he's gonna be over it, I'm so glad I started, like I didn't start doing, FREESTONE was the first like big national I did, and I didn't do that until I was like 16, 17. So I only have like 1 or 2 years of doing like actual national events, and I think that's the best thing I could have done. It would have been nice to obviously like be at Loretta's and everything younger, but I don't think I'd have the amount of drive I have now, I didn't ride for 2 weeks before this. Dude, the itch was like crazy. Like I wanted to ride so bad. I was like in Oklahoma, I'm like, all right, pull over, I want to ride, And I have so much drive for riding. It's like, I love it. And I feel like those kids that do like train at such a young age are just gonna not have that drive, My time's coming, I feel like. I work super hard. I just gotta put in those results.
It's been a dream week, and it has been a dream. I told Keegan on the line on the last third moto 125C, I said, we're in a three-way tie for the title, and this is what every kid here dreams of, is to go into your last moto for the title. That's why you compete, is to put yourself in that position. Enjoy it. Don't sweat it. What could there's no bad outcome. Whether we were first or third at that point, let's just keep hammering.
Working as a diesel mechanic, training, everything, I have a lot of stress. Like even unloading DRS suspension, like unloading all the bikes, transferring everything over here, like pulling this trailer up, like I'm doing all that. All that's by myself. Right when I put on the helmet, everything just goes away. Like the only thing I rely on is me. Like I decide what happens, you know? I can't blame anything on anyone except me. And I like that, just having that freedom of just, I'm controlling everything.
If there was a team out here that wanted Keegan around, if they're good people and they understand that we're gonna try to balance two sports for a little bit until we have our direction, I'm all in. If we can learn from them, absolutely. But that's not why we're doing it. What we gained as a family this week is priceless. You can buy the best motors and the best bikes and the best semis and the best rigs and all that stuff, but you don't, you know, what I feel we gained as a family, you can't buy it. You cannot. It's not for sale.